What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to 876 United Fox TV. I'm your boy Taj Brian.
And I'm Demario.
First of all, tell the people why you miss so much videos.
Truth be told, I'm actually a superhero, so when you don't see me, I'm saving the world. But yeah.
Hello, you're the man. So yeah, he's back on the channel, guys. We'll see more often. So today we'll just be doing the season climax, what has happened throughout the season and so forth.
Our feelings,
Yeah.
fans' reactions, whatever it may be. So when you look at the position that we're in second at the moment, with 2 games left in the season. We're in a finals, which is our main priority right now.
Right.
However, we could have still pushed for the league title mathematically, but we both know realistically we weren't going to. But mathematically we could have. But then, because of the protests by the Manchester United fans, we had to schedule 3 games in the space of 5 days. So therefore, that was a bit heavy on the team. We lost both games, unfortunately, but it's the manner in which we lost, and the coach, the management of the coach,
but of the team, yeah.
When you look at it, right, should Ole get any praises? Should he get any criticisms? What's there for him? Because we're in second, we can finish the season in second. We have the possibility of winning the Europa League finals, right? But is that enough for him? Is he competent enough with that statistics?
Well, that's where I would come in and say, well, to be honest, based on the team that we have, the squad that we have, clearly we can say, guys, that we have no squad depth. When you look at the likes of, Manchester City and Chelsea, and I would say Liverpool, but
yeah, I have to say Liverpool. They had 16 centre-back pairings for the whole season. That shows a likelihood of squad depth. I mean, they're far off from where they should have been. But 16 different pairings. And then your midfielders drop into centre-back. Therefore, you had to have new midfielders.
So we can say all our contenders had more squad depth. We had to really focus on playing players such as Scott McTominay and Fred, in order for us to have a level of solidarity when we are playing our games. So, for the most part, I would say it's a good season in Ole's eyes and in my eyes, so to speak, because, I didn't think if all things being equal, we would have even finished second. So, for me, that's a big plus, and I think Ole deserves an extension to his contract. But, however, if Manchester United doesn't get some crucial players, especially a centre-back and a CDM this season, yes, we've been linked with Sancho, but he's not the priority at the moment. Firstly, we need to either get a centre-back or a CDM. So, that's where we'll talk about. Now we'll just get into which options do Manchester United favour and what do we think they should get at the club.
But hold on, just a point before you get into that, right?
Yeah.
It's not completely fair. However, when Leicester City won the title way back in 2016, right? How much of a squad did they have?
Yeah, but you have to remember.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
They not much, and I'm in consideration of the fact that they did not play Champions League football.
Right.
Or
That's what I was going to say.
Right? I know he was coming with that,
Yeah.
They did not play Champions League football, nor Europa League. However, those players played week in, week out, right? Manchester United had enough to rotate their players after failing to advance in the Champions League.
Right.
Because when you look at it, our Europa League components, contenders were tough, right? But at the same time, we did not have to play our best players in all of the games. Look at this, for example. We spoke of squad depth. Ole got in players. It's just that he did not get in the right players. And even so being the case, he did not use those players at all. We got Van de Beek, who could have rotated for Bruno Fernandes, which would have warranted us possibly a better chance creation and energetic players on the field, right? Bruno Fernandes created a lot of chances, but sometimes he needed rest. Sometimes he needed somebody else to come on and play on that pitch.
Yeah, that's why sometimes you see Bruno having an off game where he hasn't had any impact on the game.
Because he's tired.
Yes, that's
We've
right.
got 2 right wingers. Well, they're young, but at the same time, give them a chance. Mason Greenwood is young, and look at what he's doing.
We have Diallo.
We got Amad Diallo and Pelestri. However, we use them none at all. Amad Diallo has not played
Much.
more than 3 games possibly.
And then Pelestri was sent on loan.
Sent on loan. We did not use that.
That is why I want to ask this question to the owners and the board alike. Why did we get these players? Remember, yes, Pelestri wasn't much of a hefty price tag, but we spent over 30 million euros on Diallo, and he hasn't been used a lot this season.
This now raises a concern where you're saying we need players in the transfer market, but getting those players is one thing. What we'll do with them is another thing.
Right.
Also, we have to bear in mind the last transfer window. What happened? We got players, but not the ones that we wanted.
Yes.
Is this window going to give us the players that we actually need?
Is it going to be different? Because look, we can even bring up the Super League. Will that disagreement between the ownership and the fans and the club will push the owners to get us the coveted players, the players that we want? Will that push it? We don't know. But I will be honest, I was disappointed with the fact that we got Cavani, because when we got him, he was injury prone, and he was 33 at the time, so I was saying probably he's on a regressive side of his career, but he has proven me wrong, and I know he's a class player, and he's showing us why he has been one of the best strikers in Europe. Then we can even go on to Donny van de Beek. Why did we get him, and why aren't we not using him as much and using him properly? Because obviously if we bought a player for 40 million plus, because he has been highly underused this season, I think that Ole doesn't really know how to use him. Because to be honest with you guys, I know you guys hear me talk about him a lot, but he's a player that I admire a lot, and the style of play that we play doesn't suit Donny van de Beek. We should play fast build-up play, counter-attacking football, and that is how Donny has flourished at the Ajax system. Fast build-up play, possession game, and he hasn't even seen the field. We have seen against Leicester this week the benefits of playing Donny in a pivot. You see, he doesn't even know whether to play Donny as a pivot, left winger, or a number 10.
Exactly.
So for me, that for me is a little issue I have with Ole. For a few players that he has in his squad, he doesn't seem to know or understand those players' best positions or what system best suits certain players. Because we see him use McTominay and Fred a lot, and it's because
it's not working.
It's not working. But what we understand from him using them so often
is because he has nobody else, right?
I don't think is that he doesn't have no one else.
He's trying to give, He has nobody else. When he actually has somebody else. Alright, look at this. I don't think is that he has the wrong style or anything going on, right? At the beginning of the season, he tried out 4 different formations. 3-4-2-1, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, and 3-4-3.
And one more as well. You said 4-2-3-1 already?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Alright, he tried out all of those, right? And he got his best football out of a 4-2-3-1 formation. And the players at the time, he tried that as well.
Yeah.
The players at the time that he got his best results from out of a 4-2-3-1 included Van de Beek and Matic in that starting 11. So it was a midfield now of 3, Van de Beek, Matic, Pogba, and Bruno played as a similar false 9 thing, right?
Yes, with a point one, but at the time it was.
But it was a 4-2-3-1 diamond. That was the only twist to it. It was a 4-2-3-1 diamond. And you got all of that, right? And you got your best result. What do you do the next match game? You just drop those players and play who you want to play. And that's my concern about the transfer window. It seems that Ole has favourites and he does not want to drop those players.
I think he's stubborn. That's the thing.
He does not know what he's doing because he wants to play counter-attacking football, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. He also wants to play possessive. However, you have Van de Beek who never loses possession.
Right.
Never. He is one of our most intelligent players, but yet he cannot be on the field in a system where you want to have possession a lot and you want to counter-attack a lot.
I know the funny thing too as well, when you look at how we even play a possession game, our players tend to take 3, 4, 5 touches. You know, when I'm watching, I'm sorry to bring up these guys again, McTominay and Fred. Sometimes they should play a one-time pass. They're taking 3 touches and the defenders close the spaces. Things like that. When we have the likes of Van de Beek in the midfield, he will play those passes early.
It's just a touch and go.
And then now persons are now criticizing Donny's ability. But remember, guys, he hasn't really gotten a lot of game time. So how is he supposed to impact the game the way that we know he can? You understand?
And the worst part about it is that the criticisms are looking right. The criticisms are looking in the favor of the fans, whereas Danny Van Der Beek is said to be dead weight.
Yes, but right? He's not. But he's just underused, and he's not playing in the right system.
Exactly. And then there's a thing now. It's a problem. Does Ole actually know what he's doing? Look at all these results. I am still not convinced, and I think that it's not the manager, it's the player's ability. Individual talent is what's saving the team. I think it's sheer luck, you know.
Why we're in second.
And why we've reached
I would agree.
finals.
I would
When
agree.
you look at this guy, he's clueless. He has no tactics. He has nothing at all. His football IQ for a coach is very, very low. How can you have the same players playing over and over in a system that does not really work? It does not suit them at all. You have Fred in the midfield, a defensive midfielder who is never in place.
And always,
he cannot pass the ball.
Thank you that you bring up back Fred, because I remember this happened countless times this season. We are trying to play the ball from the back and giving it to McTominay and Fred. Remember, McTominay and Fred, they are not good passers. They don't have a good IQ of how to play. So why is it that you keep playing the ball to them and those are one of their weaknesses? Why is it that you keep playing the ball to them at the back? And countless times, a lot of teams are aware that Ole is going to tell his team to play from the back. And you can see a lot of times that when that ball is played to McTominay or Fred, those players are pressured quickly when those passes are played. It happened against It happened against Liverpool. It happened against one of the games that we played in the Europa League as well.
Roma.
It happened against Roma when we lost the game 3-2.
And when you look at their position in midfield, when you look at all of the goals, most of the goals that Manchester United have conceded, right?
It's through the
middle. However, in that midfield pivot of Van der Beek and Matic that we saw
against Leicester, against a watered-down team,
neither of Leicester's attack came directly through the middle of the park.
None of the goals that we conceded.
In fact, their completed attacks came from the wing. So therefore, the middle was completely closed down. It wasn't congested. It was just ordered. Right?
It looked better because Matic, we can clearly see that what he brings to the table.
He brings class.
Yes, but the only thing you can't really play Matic for 90 minutes like before, when he earlier on in his career.
He will put in a good shift, but not consistently.
Quite frankly, I know a lot of Manchester United fans may not agree with what I'm going to say now, but I think that since Ole decided to put Mr. Pogba on the left wing, please put Matic and Van der Beek as our two pivot.
But even so forth, why I'm still convinced that this guy is clueless and he does not know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You saw in the Liverpool game, you played Pogba left wing, you played Rashford right wing.
Right.
The moment in which you moved Pogba into midfield and Rashford to left wing, we got a goal in less than 2 minutes. We got our better performance at that moment.
Yeah.
Pogba, midfield, Rashford, left wing. Why are you going to jeopardize a player's position just because you want to play somebody there who is not as good as he is? Look at it. Martial this season as a striker has better stats than Martial as a left winger. Where does he prefer to play Martial? Left wing. He is clueless to what's going on the pitch and with his players. The players come out and say, Ole has proper man management skills.
That's true.
The players could be just saying that because they're in agreement with them playing week in, week out. They're in favor of their position right now.
That's also true as well.
So it could be bias of perception. He comes and say, okay, Bruno, you're the man. I want you there every game. This It's not going to work. You can't tell the players all the time what they want to hear. You have to tell them the truth. Look at
That's why managers like Klopp and Pep Guardiola,
Exactly.
they are so successful because look at
They
the
don't
likes
let
of their
emotions
star.
come in.
Exactly, because look, Sterling was a regular starter earlier on in the season.
He's not performing.
Right now, he's on the bench because he's not playing well.
Start
Look,
Liverpool and Manchester United
look at
game.
our, so to speak, stars. Fred has not been playing well for the duration of the season. He still gets picked constantly.
McTominay has not played
just the
well
same.
for the whole season. He has
Look,
not played well
okay.
for the whole season.
Look at even Rashford. I know Rashford is a class player and he helps us a lot, and he's just a very good player. But there's a lot of times when Rashford needs to get dropped as well, because
Exactly.
yes, Rashford has that ability to become world class or better, but
He's becoming
Rashford
too complacent now.
Rashford is inconsistent.
Very much.
He's inconsistent. And that for me, sometimes they need to play others more, like Greenwood, more often. Just so that persons like Rashford and others can bring up raise the notch, raise how they play football.
Raise the bar a little bit.
Yes, because, alright, quite frankly, I think if you have Donny van de Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, you can play a 4-3-3 formation if needs be, or even a 5-4-1 diamond. You can play a 4 midfield, 5 at the back if you want to, and a diamond, or 4-4-2 diamond. Because look, if you want to play Pogba as a left winger, right?
Which is not his best position.
And we have Cavani. You can put Pogba at the left, you have Van de Beek and Matic or Bruno, whichever way you want it. You put Cavani and Rashford as your two centre forwards.
Exactly.
I don't see any of that going on. Yes, we know Rashford is a winger, but right now Pogba is behaving like he wants to take that left wing spot from Rashford. You understand what I'm saying?
He's way better in the midfield.
Yeah, I know that, but in terms of what our squad has right now, right there we'll get the best games and the best playing from him right now.
You think no?
I think that's the best thing to do, because
in the Liverpool game, when Pogba was switched into midfield, Rashford over on the left, we started creating more. We eventually got our second
I know
goal
that,
of the match.
but I'm saying,
hold on, when you look at the numbers of Rashford versus Pogba left wing, who has the better numbers despite Rashford's inconsistency?
Rashford, but what I'm saying,
So
at the moment, I'm not saying every single time, I'm saying at the moment. Reason being, we don't have that CDM that I keep speaking about. We don't have that person to help Pogba. If Pogba go in there with Fred, if Fred had take him, Pogba not going to have a good game in the middle. I'm telling you.
Alright, so be the case. You want to control the midfield.
Why
not put the best midfielder in midfield?
Why you think that Ole doesn't play Pogba there and he plays McTominay and Fred? Because for some reason, I don't know why, and I kind of see it somewhat, he doesn't have that confidence with Pogba and one of those guys in the midfield. It has to be Pogba and a Declan Rice. It has to be a Pogba or a Ndidi or a Pogba and somebody else. It can't be a Fred.
To stop you on that, right?
Yeah.
If you're not confident with Pogba in the midfield, why are you going to play two persons who are of lesser ability? You're not confident with Pogba and Fred, but you're going to play McTominay and Fred. So are you trying to say that McTominay with Fred is better than Pogba with Fred?
No.
That's what you're saying.
No.
Which cannot work.
No, that's
so
not what I'm saying.
You cannot be on the left wing.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is probably because Pogba, he doesn't think Pogba does enough running in the mid. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just speaking on Ole's behalf, what he thinks or what he's saying is happening. Understand what I'm saying? Personally, I think Pogba and one of them should play in the middle. But what I'm saying, how Ole is looking at it, he's saying that Pogba doesn't do enough running in the midfield. When he's on the ball, he's very dangerous and he provides a lot. But in the case where we are conceding a lot of pressure Pogba is not best suited because to him saying McTominay and Fred are the two energizer bunnies there who love to do the dirty work. And that is why he plays them a lot. And for me, I don't understand it because look at how was it Van de Beek and Matic played against Leicester. Look at when Pogba and Fred played in the midfield pivot last season and once this season. They played well. So my thing is, it has to be Pogba somebody else. It has to be Pogba and Matic or Pogba and Fred. But Ole just doesn't seem to have that confidence in Pogba anymore in the midfield. That's why he puts him wide. And I don't get it.
To speak on that, right? You said that we need players in the market.
Mm-hmm.
So we do get those players. Therefore, you're going to suggest that we need to get a new midfield because Pogba's position will now be on the left wing, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's basically how the argument's going to go. Either way, so be it, right?
No, what I was saying is that Ole don't have confidence in Pogba to play there with so whoever we have at the club at the moment. Because him don't seem to have confidence. If him don't have confidence in Donny Van de Beek, him don't trust Matic anymore, but him seem to trust those two. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do with those players currently at the club. So I am saying, in order for Pogba to play in his best position, in Ole's eyes, he needs a Declan Rice to play with him in that midfield pivot, or whichever renowned CDM. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Pogba's best position is left wing. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Alright, look at this now. The absence of Harry Maguire, right? It showed that he was vital in our defense in the Liverpool game.
I think he's underappreciated, to be honest.
Alright.
When I saw how we played without him, I was like, okay, it's actually Maguire is not actually the major issue in our defense. It's every other partner that plays with him.
Yeah, alright, hold on. Stick a point there.
Mm-hmm.
So Maguire is underappreciated because he doesn't have somebody beside him that complements him, right?
Correct.
It could be the same case as Fred, whereas he's underappreciated because he doesn't have somebody who complements him. Because look at this, you just said the one time that Fred and Pogba played together for the season, they did well. Why not keep that? Why put McTominay
Because Ole is not
Pogba?
consistent with it.
Come on. That's why he cannot be so. He's not the manager, Taji. He's not aware of what's going on the pitch, off the pitch, whatsoever.
I never disagree there, I'm just saying. Ole just view things differently than what all the fans are viewing. Because for me, you say that's why Ole is not the manager. Consistency is the problem with Ole. Today he plays the players that we want to see. They play well. Sometimes they don't play well and don't play them again.
Majority of the times they do play well.
That's my point. And then the next thing we have to consider, if Ole doesn't play certain players together more often, this is how I think he views things. He tries what the fans want or whoever told him wants. If it don't work one time, he'll go back to what he's comfortable with, which is McTominay and Fred. So we won't see the likes of Van de Beek playing in a midfield pivot for any time soon. You guys can record this and repost it. But what I'm saying, we are not going to see that anytime soon because Ole is inconsistent with how he picks his teams as well. Look at we didn't even mention Alex Telles. He's playing like he doesn't know how to play left back at the moment.
And that's simply because of lack of game time. And to talk about that, we never had to lose a Leicester match. However, we lost because poor rotation of players. You think that if those players had gotten regular minutes throughout the season, they wouldn't have put in a better shift? So now we just have to go in the transfer market right now. What are your expectations? And based on all that was said, what do you think will be done and how will Ole manage the new players if he gets them? So we're speaking theoretical at the moment.
And that for me may have doubts with the likes of hearing that we're linked to getting Sancho again. I think we're not going to get him because think about it. We spent 30 million on a winger last season. Him hardly get game time, right? We spend 40 plus million on Donny Van de Beek. Him hardly play. So what is going to happen this transfer market?
Alright, let's get
What
into
is
that.
going to happen to those players?
Hold on. So alright, let's speak theoretical for a minute, right?
Go ahead.
Let's say that our three positions that need to be filled: a right winger, a centre, a
No,
central
I don't
defensive
think
mid.
right. I don't think right
Hold on.
winger needs to be filled. But
I'm saying theoretically we get three players: a right winger, a defensive midfielder, and a centre back, right?
yeah,
So we get Sancho right wing, we get Declan Rice defensive mid, and we get a Varane, right? The team now on paper is complete. How do you situate that team? And what's the management for that team? You think those players are going to be played regularly? Do you think he will stick with his stubborn nature and still have a McTominay or a Fred incorporated?
all I'm saying.
If we get the right players, right?
Yeah.
What do you think will happen with them?
First of all, if you get Declan Rice, you know say McTominay or Fred, one of them. But we more one of them. Both of
That's
them.
what you see. You see it now. You see it?
Both of them have to come out the starting lineup.
And
Because
will that happen?
it have to happen if you
Think
get
about
Declan
it.
Rice.
Alright, imagine this picture.
And you know then
Imagine this picture.
Yeah.
Declan Rice, Scott McTominay, Pogba left wing. You don't think that's possible? For Ole? It is plausible, you know.
I think it will happen.
It is plausible. So that's my major concern, right? It's not about Manchester United not having the depth. Manchester United not doing this. It's the coach. We don't have the best of players, but we have players to do the job because it shows the fact that we're in second. We have players to do the job, right? But it's how you utilize those players.
Mhm.
So even if we go in the transfer market today and get the right players, will it help?
And then if you get those, to be honest, people don't understand this as well, you know. When you get those three players, you know, you're going to get Declan Rice. Remember, say you already have Scott McTominay and Fred fighting for that position. You can put in Pogba, then you can talk about Matic, and then did I say Donny van de Beek?
No.
Okay, so we have probably that's what 6-7 players trying to get 2 spots. So my thing is now you get Declan Rice. Clearly, I should believe what would happen. Declan Rice gets the first go ahead on the team news, right? Then the next thing, will it be Fred next to him? Will it be Pogba next to him? It can't be Fred next to him because guess what?
That's two different.
2 CDMs. So it have to be Declan Rice and either Pogba, Donny van de Beek, or McTominay.
But that's the issue now, right?
And remember now, we are hearing that McTominay is actually a box to box. So since McTominay get so much game time this season, it might be Declan Rice and McTominay.
And then
Don't be surprised to see that.
That's the issue. We're going to get the right players, probably. But we're not going to situate a proper team. Because if you get, as you said, Pogba in the midfield with somebody who complements him, is world class, right?
Yes.
Alright. So if that's the case, you need to get somebody in the likes of Declan Rice, right? Why you would need to have considerations of McTominay in that midfield with him in your starting 11 and not as a rotational player.
Because Ole favors him.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Even if we get the right players, Taji, we're not going to utilize or situate a team that can probe. We can't pose a possible serious title contention because we might have the players, but we do not have the man to manage our team.
Honestly, I think
that's my issue with the transfer window.
You know one thing I said to you the other day. I think Ole is the man before the man. You understand what I'm saying? He's the man that gets Deadwood out of the way. You know, the man that is helping with some sort of progress.
So in essence,
and then
he's a bulldozer.
Yes.
He knocks everything down,
Yes.
but he does not know how to fix it.
Exactly. So I think he's that person because you see him slowly getting out. Remember, Lukaku was dead weight. Sanchez was dead weight.
Rojo.
Ashley Young was dead weight. Rojo was dead weight. Sergio Romero became dead weight because Dean Henderson came back. So what I'm saying, he's slowly getting those things out of the picture. Sadly to say, I think Jesse Lingard, although he played good, if he comes back to United from loan, he might go get the same treatment. He might go back on the bench. He need to go somewhere. Go get a permanent stay at West Ham or go somewhere else.
Or we trade him to Dortmund. with cash for Sancho. However, you speak
I
about
like how you just drop that in there,
you speak about Ole clearly dead weight. To me, he has not done anything spectacular. He did the obvious. He did the obvious.
So that's my point.
If
He's
you
a man before the man. He's a. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You walk in a vineyard, right? And you see a fruit that's not supposed to be there. What are you going to do?
Obviously,
you're going to throw it away.
So that's my point.
That's nothing
my point.
spectacular. You did what was to be done.
So that's why I'm saying.
Like you got an instruction manual.
I think he's a man before the man. He's that man that come in and he knows, alright, this not supposed to be here, this not supposed to be here. But in order to get us to the next level, in order to get this, this board house into a concrete house or what have you, he's not that guy. He's not the architect. He's not the contractor.
So
he's just the bulldozer, as he said.
For him. The janitorial manager.
Right.
The one that clears out everything, but not the one that imposes.
Right.
So he's a janitorial manager.
Right.
Leave it at that. Solely on the transfer now.
Yeah.
Jesse Lingard to Dortmund with cash, probably about 50 million.
It's rumored that that's what Manchester wants to do. It's not official, guys. Just putting out that disclaimer. It's the rumor as Manchester United. No, see, I may talk about rumor. I may talk about as Manchester. Sorry, guys. What I'm saying is, it was rumored by not BT Sport, the German sport outlet. What is his name? So tell what his name. So it was rumored by a German outlet that Manchester wants to offer Jesse Lingard plus cash for a Jadon Sancho deal. So what do you think about that?
Well, alright. When you look at it, alright, we prioritize
Christian Folk. That's the journalist who did it. Christian Folk.
Alright. So last transfer window, we prioritized the need of Jadon Sancho. We need a right winger. That was the cry the whole season, right? We now have a probable chance of signing him while offering Jesse Lingard. Because Lingard, as you've seen at West Ham, is a very good player. He just needs that time and he needs that environment.
And the proper system.
Exactly. So going to Dortmund, I think he will do well.
Will facilitate development for him.
Exactly. So I think Lingard to Dortmund plus cash for Jadon Sancho is a fair deal, right? No robbery, fair exchange.
But the question to ask is, does Jesse want that?
At the moment, as it stands, he knows that if he comes back to Manchester, he will be a rotational player. He won't be fixed in the starting 11, right? So he has to be banking on games in which does not seem important. It's not deemed important for us. And that's where he will be played, most likely, right? And as a player looking to maintain your place in your national team,
you need more game time.
You need the minutes, so you cannot have that. So I think the best possible thing for Lingard right now is to pack his bags and get out of Manchester. Because
agreed, and
that's where his career is going.
But the thing is, I want that for Jesse, but is Dortmund the best destination for Jesse? We don't know. We don't know, but guess what? Dortmund plays football. Jesse Lingard wants to play football. He can get the minutes there. True. We can. All right. He's already at the moment. He's Deadwood, right? We cannot put in our heads his priorities. We can't consider all of that now. We need to put the club first. So therefore, you go and get us what we need. You know what's also another rumor as well? Another rumor went out that we can offer Jesse Lingard with cash as well for Declan Rice. So that is also another deal that has been rumored, not by the same journalist, but by BT Sports. But when you look at it now, if Jesse Lingard is in so much rumors for cash, I think Manchester United need to maximize one of them. We do not know. You can clearly see the intentions. We need to maximize one of those. Jesse Lingard. So the best possible cause is to get him out of the club. Agreed. I mean, the club in which we want him to go might not be the club that he wants to go, but at the same time, he's a player. He just needs to go and play. We can't put his feelings into our consideration. We want to win. We want to win big. To be honest, the Jesse Lingard situation will come down to what Manchester United wants the most. If they want Declan Rice more, he will be part of that deal. That's how I'm viewing it. Or if they want Sancho more, he will be part of the Sancho deal because that is the most recent rumor that is circulating. So yes, another player we have been linked with, centre back, Mr. Varane.
Rafael Varane from Real Madrid.
Yes.
He has yet to sign his new contract at Real Madrid. And there are rumors coming out of Spain that he has refused the contract.
And Fabrizio Romano also stated that he has not yet met with the Real Madrid board regarding a contract extension.
So therefore, possibly, he's on his way out of Real Madrid.
And well, he has one more year left on the contract, but what I'm saying is, also, Fabrizio Romano also said that Manchester United is watching the situation and is in communication with the player. So therefore, it clearly seems that Manchester is interested in Rafael Varane. So let's see what can happen. I think he is one of the best suited partners for Maguire because he's experienced as the first point. Secondly, he's strong. He has pace as well.
He's very fast.
And he's a winner. He has won the La Liga more than once.
Champions League.
He's a back-to-back Champions League winner and a World Cup winner. So I think he's the perfect profile player to come to United in order to give us that boost as a leader as well. And his attributes complements Maguire. So
okay, so be the case. We need a central defender. Central defensive midfielder, the most. We need
that's a priority.
Second to that, we need a centre back, right? And then third along down the line, we could go for a right winger, all right? However, that's not all. Those are just the three main options
that we need now to have a complete starting 11.
We still need squad depth. We still need better quality players.
We'll have squad depth, because remember now, if you get
Declan, it's not just about squad depth, It's the quality. So we are not banking on quantity. We do not want a whole lot of players to be there that cannot do nothing for us. We need the quality of the players. So therefore, we have three positions that we have listed as our three main. A CDM, a right winger, and a centre back, right? However, we have Cavani, who is going to be there for another year. We have Martial, who is there. So therefore, those are two striking options, right? We also have the likes of Mason Greenwood, who is there, who can step in. However, the issue with striking is that Greenwood can be used as both a striker and a right winger. So we bring in Jadon Sancho. We have Sancho there. We have Greenwood, who can be his backup. We also have Greenwood, who can be the striker's backup. And on top of that, we have another backup for right wing, which is Amad Diallo. Left wing now, we have Rashford. Who is going to back up Rashford? We cannot continue with Daniel James. We cannot. We cannot. Right? So, we need to get rid of Daniel James.
Sadly, I was happy when he came because the little Swansea cameo that we saw was very good, but
versatile as well.
Yeah, but to be honest,
he's not ready for the Premier League.
He's not ready for Manchester United. He can go to Leeds, which he has been linked with.
Even so be the case, right? Linked with Leeds. Why not use Daniel James and get Raphael from Leeds, which I think would be Rafinha from Leeds, which would I think would benefit us more than going for Jadon Sancho and splashing so much cash.
Bielsa don't want to get rid of Rafinha. Just
okay, but if the right club comes and gives the right figure, listen, Rafinha is not going to cost Manchester United more than 50 million. And so
Leeds is one of our rivals, so Leeds will
but they're not going to cost more than 50 million. And if we throw in Daniel James,
Rafinha is not that renowned in the football world
as yet, because
Rafinha from Leeds, guys, not Rafinha who played for Barca and those big clubs.
So either way, Rafinha, right? If we throw Dan James in, we could get a pretty good deal, and we're getting a fabulous player.
But to be honest, I don't mean for cut yet. If we swap Daniel James or Rafinha, you think Rafinha get game by only?
That's not the point.
Wait, that's an ask.
No, that you see. At the starting, we spoke about getting the right transfers, but how they will be utilized. So I don't think.
So you think he's a good transfer for us?
Yes, but at the same time, I don't think he will be used properly. But either way, it's still a bargain because we do not know for sure what the manager's plan will go ahead and be. We don't know if he's going to change this bullcrap from this season into a new mentality. So therefore, getting Rafinha from Leeds and giving away Daniel James is better than giving Jesse Lingard to Dortmund with cash and getting a Jadon Sancho. Both Rafinha and Sancho are young.
I mean,
Just a 2 year gap that separates them.
I mean,
Rafinha is in the English Premier League, so
I kinda
he knows
disagree.
it a bit more.
I mean, yeah, you have a point, but I mean, Rafinha, Sancho. I would rather get Sancho, to be honest.
But which is better for us?
Sancho.
We're paying too much. We cannot afford.
I mean, if we can swap in with Lingard, and
the possibility that's just
so
a
if
rumor.
wait, I'm just saying, if this is acceptable, swap him with Lingard, we'll probably pay like a $30 million balance. Not bad, not bad. Secondly, look at the benefits of this. We get rid of Lingard's wages. We're done with Lingard. Now we just have to focus on Sancho, right?
Which is good.
But then we can say, oh crap, we still have Daniel James at the club. No disrespect, Daniel James. You are a good squad player to have, but you don't really come and change the game.
You only make up numbers.
Yeah, sorry. So to be honest, I would rather to get Sancho over Rafinha. Rafinha is Premier League proven. I agree with that. But Sancho is a different cup of tea.
Alright. So we're going to let the coffee brew.
Yeah.
But alright, so over to the left wing now. We have Marcus Rashford, but who's there to back him up, right? His backup is not good. Daniel James. We look in the midfield. Bruno Fernandes at cam. Danny Van de Beek is there. Excellent backup. Two excellent players.
Which is underused.
One is not used at all. When you look at it, the guy Van Dijk has more minutes than Van de Beek, and Van Dijk has been injured for 8 months, right? So therefore, we have three priority positions that we need to fill. However, our squad needs to be reimbursed, right? The regression from everybody is lacking. Come on. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Can't you see that we need these things to be done?
I'm glad you said that now, because
getting a centre back is really positive, because then we'll have Lindelof and Bailly as our backup. So therefore, those can be used in the cup matches, and I'm pretty sure the likes of a Middlesbrough or one of a Newport or one of won't threaten them too much. So therefore, they are good backups. They can give good coverage in matches that aren't deemed so important.
But here the thing now, what I not go like. You see, if we get a centre back now, you know, say Lindelof will run off him out. He might go pressure on him.
It doesn't.
I know it doesn't matter, but I think we should, if we are get Varane, get rid of Lindelof, you're gonna have Bailly same way and probably Tuanzebe. All him probably him need to go on the next loan spell, because Ole seem to have no confidence in him. Remember how the guy played against PSG?
Why you drop him after that? I mean, the guy puts in a good shift. Come on, give him 1 or 2 more games to see what he's capable of, because he only need 1 chance now. But with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
but the thing is,
if you get 1 chance, that's not what you need. You need Jesus to go talk to him himself, because he just won't play you. He sticks to, and that's where I go back to Leicester and their title winning team, right? And you're saying that we need squad depth. We do not use our squad depth. If you look at it, it's the same team over and over. Late substitutions, and it's the same substitutions. So therefore, we are not using our squad depth at all.
If you're amazing, about 52 games have been played in all competitions this season. Tell me how much games Bruno played. Give me.
He and Rashford played.
Wait, I know you don't know the exact figure, but just give me a possible figure. That way you think how much games Bruno played.
Rashford and Bruno Fernandes are 2 most used players.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that 52, I am going to boldly say they have played 49 games.
46, but good try. You see how much games? Them play 46. And then Alright, let us just highlight some of the players that we got in the transfer market. No, Diallo came January, so we're not talking about Diallo. We're talking everybody who come from the
start
September transfer window. So, we
got
Alex Telles.
We got Danny Van de Beek.
2.
And Edison
Cavani. I mean, Cavani, alright, he's an exception because he might get enough game.
But out of those 2, how many of the 52 games have they played?
Alright, Danny played in 4 Premier League games. If you count the 5 minutes, then as you realize what I say, 4 when you count the 5 minutes.
And on average, right, Danny Van de Beek could have played a total of about 8. And Alex Telles about
Less.
10 or so. No, because
Telles
Luke Shaw mess up more time and
Telles
get
cup games.
bookings. So therefore he's on.
And Telles get cup games. So Telles get more games.
So look at that. 8 games out of 52. 10 games out of 52. And you're supposed to be a rotational player.
And guess what? There's no way a player can get maximum 8 games out of a 52 game season thus far. There's more games to come
and play well when you have him there.
There's no way. I mean, when he just came and he was fresh off of that Porto, fresh off of Porto, and he was in form and so forth.
He had shows up the player of the season for the Premier Division.
Exactly. So now you have this class left back, a man who swings up. Look here, I hardly even see the man play like how he usually plays.
You don't see the fantabulous crosses anymore. In fact, he is now timid in his decisions to make.
You know why? Because he hardly get game time. And
he does not know the players.
I know the thing that
he's not fully.
You want to hear a little joke now?
Confident with the players.
You want to hear a little joke now? In the games that he starts, the man style him, always style him and put on Luke Shaw, and that change never needs to be. And you know why it upset me too?
It's never needed.
That change is never needed, and you know why it upset me too, guys? Because you have a lot of times when Fred play bad, McTominay play bad, and
they're never changed.
Ole decides to change the left back.
It doesn't make sense. The left back who is having a decent game, the left back who can further grow in the game, you're going to take him out because your 2 defensive midfielders are not playing good. And this is where I'm saying favoritism comes in. Luke Shaw is English. McTominay is Scottish. Close relations.
They're of the UK.
Exactly.
Just leave it at that.
And even the goalkeeper situation. De Gea, Spanish. Henderson, English.
We soon get to that, because that is a touchy topic for me. We soon get to that.
So, it's favoritism, it's bias, it's everything. The manager is not the right one, and I'll continue saying this. If Ole is there next season, do not get your hopes up.
Wait no. If you get him signings, him have a chance to keep him job. But you see, anyhow, the man don't get if him don't get a player like Declan Rice, if him not get a proper CDM and a little centre back for complement Maguire, if you get Sancho alone, yo, Ole, you might lose your job,
That's the problem. You can't just get Sancho. Okay.
I know why I think he might get Sancho too.
Exactly.
Because I don't think they're going to swap for Sancho. I think them are going to splash the cash. I just have that feeling.
Here's the problem.
And then they're going to say that they don't have any more money to buy any other player.
Here's the problem. I don't think that Manchester United wants to fill. Well, the coach, Ole, does not want to fill his prioritial spots. Because when you look at it, rumors that we turned down the option of signing Paul Torres from Villarreal, who is a well-established centre-back. We turned down the offer of signing him just because Ole wants to go ahead with Maguire and Lindelof, who he says have developed this great connection, this great partnership. He's focusing on the right wing. So his philosophy, and I have seen this, his philosophy might be one where he believes that we only need to outscore our opponents, right?
No.
Every single game we have played this season, right? 3 quarters of them we have gone 1-0 down, 2-0 down, but
And we
we
come back.
managed to come back to it. So I think in his head, his philosophy is that we need to outscore the players.
But I know that's why we finish the season second.
When you look at it, apart from our relegation candidates, we have conceded the most home goals. We have conceded the most home goals.
And you know the next thing too, why I am upset that if that rumor is true that Ole rejected to get Apal Torres or whatever his name is because you have he's left-footed number one.
Yeah.
He's him good. That good because all of our centre backs are right-footed. That right there is a tick on the box. Secondly, the man fast.
Right. And he's strong, he's very physical.
And he's physical. Now, let us talk about the partners of Maguire. Firstly, Lindelof. Even me and get up 5'7", 5'5", we stronger than Lindelof.
Hey, calm down, you're 6 foot. Anyway, got you.
Anyway, everybody know you shorter than me. Alright. By the way, I'm just saying, everybody knows that every striker out there can muscle off Lindelof. That is the first thing.
Striker.
Secondly, the man timid, coward,
and he's not good in the air.
Not good in the air.
So you can know say Lindelof in ethnicity, in my yard man, you know, kind of use head.
this guy, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we all know all of Lindelof's attributes. You know, say why he would have been a good partner, but injuries him problem.
Yeah, he cannot stay fit.
And him head come and go. Sometimes him do some
He's
rash
reckless.
thing.
He's very reckless
Right.
at times.
Then Tuanzebe now, I don't know what to say because he hardly gets game.
We don't know how to judge him.
Yeah, because the one time him play,
and if we were to judge him, it would be unfair because the times he have played, right, he has put in more bad than good. Because
hardly
he has not cemented the mentality of being
a regular
first team player or even a player who will get minimum minutes.
Because I imagine when he's on the field, he might be saying that, bam, what if Gaffer going to play me next match, man? What if Oli are going to play me again, man?
And to talk about
so right there, you know, his mindset is not focused on the game. We don't know. We're just saying. Probably that's what some of the players are thinking when they're supposed to be focusing on the game.
And the reason why Manchester United may not be getting their best football is because whenever we have the players out there, some of them have not been played for such a long time that when they do go out there, they want to be safe. So therefore, they are not making or trying to create anything spectacular. They're going backwards. They're passing the ball back to the keeper, back to the defenders, and that's applying too much pressure. Exactly, they're afraid to play their football. They're afraid to play their best games because guess what? At the end of the day, everybody wants to play and everybody wants to impress the coach, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to work like that. The reason you were bought is because you were playing your style and you were impressive doing what you do. So why when you come to the team, why don't keep that momentum, that style, that little pizzazz? No, you're going to gear down just because you want to impress a coach who has no sense.
Well,
it makes no sense.
That no sense thing, that gets me to this conversation. The David De Gea and the Dean Henderson situation. What is this all about?
We got Bruno Fernandes, who people are screaming about, but our best player will and always be David De Gea as long as he's at the club. Just to point that out.
Agreed, because you know that he's the man that allowed us to be in that Europa League finals. Because look at that second leg. You know how many shots he saved? Alright, let us put this into perspective.
Be honest, if it was Dean Henderson, 8 of the 24 shots would have gone in.
And you see how much he conceded? Only 3.
Only 3. And to speak about that, the difference between Manchester United being a mid-table team and keeping their place in the top 4 has been David De Gea.
Right. And I know that last season was a very poor season. Probably he was making the baby last season. What to say? Because
Well, it's not him having the baby.
No,
So therefore,
no.
how is that?
And that's what I'm saying.
So
He was making the baby.
Alright, so personal reasons.
Because
might
you know that can cause a player to be off form, you know. Because sometimes players are off form not because of a mental thing, because them probably a make baby.
or personal issues at home. Because
Yeah,
there was
but
a global pandemic. He
Yeah.
went back home with his wife.
yeah,
Football resumed. He had to leave.
yeah. So that's
So
what I'm
therefore,
saying. Last
it could
season,
be personal where. But I'm pretty sure he loves the club and he'll give his all for the club.
yeah. So
When
my thing
everything is resolved, everything seems to be resolved now because this season he has looked like a
good.
top class keeper
Good.
again.
Is the day we are used to and we know.
Oh,
So
well,
basically, that's just my viewpoint. I think he was making in baby last season. Why all of that happened?
personal reasons. But yeah.
Yeah, we know what personal reasons mean. Anyway, so yeah, I don't understand why the British media is, protesting to take David De Gea from Manchester. Send him somewhere. And even hearing stupid stories like go to Roma. Why would he go to Roma? And his family is in Spain. That don't make any sense. And plus, when I watch Dean Henderson, they both have attributes that are better than the other. But for the most part, I would rather to
All
keep De Gea.
rounded, the hair is better.
Yeah, well, no, that's why I'm getting into it. So I'm saying De Gea shot blocking ability way beyond Dean Henderson. Reflexes, in other words, way beyond Dean Henderson. His positioning as well is better than Dean Henderson. Decision make sometimes.
It's if
50-50.
yeah, you can.
50-50.
Well, no, I'll give the hair.
Yeah, because
49-51.
yeah.
I'll say that 49-51.
But you see, all of those things are listed: positioning, reflexes. All of those things he has over Dean Henderson, guys. So now let's talk about Dean Henderson.
The ability to command, to
box.
give a shot. Dean Henderson is way better than. Not saying that the hair does not command his box,
Yeah.
but it's who do it more effectively.
Give me a second, guys.
Right? So yeah, that's the issue now, right? You have De Gea, who has been said to be one of the best goalkeepers over the last decade, right? Why are you going to try and replace him with a keeper who does not have the attributes of him? Think about it. Why are you going to try and replace?
Yeah, why? Continue.
Why are you going to try and replace him with a goalkeeper who does not have the attributes of him, who does not have the accreditation? He does not have nothing to speak for himself other than the one season Sheffield United, whereas he made some
So
pretty
clearly,
good saves.
so clearly, it's a British
Bias.
agenda. Alright, it's a British agenda. Because if you look, most of the British players are being overhyped in the Premier League. We're hearing about sorry guys. So basically what I'm saying, most of the British players are, they have this agenda in the British media that, all the British players are, better than the foreign players. De Gea and Dean Henderson is a prime example. Even when Alex Telles just came, persons were saying Alex Telles is not better than Luke Shaw, but yes, that is the case now. But I'm just saying, when he just came to the club, it was a 50-50 debate because
But it's unfair because Telles has
Yes.
not gotten the chance to prove himself.
and to me, he still hasn't gotten his chance to prove himself because he just played like 10 games or less this season.
So in essence, we cannot grade the Manchester United transfer. Even though you guys probably want us to, we cannot grade them because it would be solely unfair to the players themselves.
Biased.
Because they have not gotten the chance, the proper chance actually, to showcase their talent or show us why they came.
And even when we talk about Van de Beek, it is also a thing where Dutch players are not favoured also in the Premier League. The only way you will get like recognition is if you're a Van Dijk or
Van Persie.
Even Van Persie wasn't treated well in his latter stages.
But at the
in
same
England.
time, he still managed to rack up the numbers.
Correct, but what I'm saying, the only players currently who gets a lot of praise in England Van Dijk and the two Liverpool players.
Well,
let's leave it at that. Van
Van
Dijk
Dijk
and
at most, because
with the other
Wijnaldum gets his
Wijnaldum.
fair share of abuse.
Yeah.
He was racially abused
Yeah.
over 5 times this season because of Liverpool's loss, which
Yeah.
was not entirely on him, but he had a hand to play. In my opinion is that there are 11 players on the pitch. The team loses, everybody has a hand in it.
Yeah.
Regardless or not if you played well.
Because
The
if
team
you lose
still
one
lost.
love,
It's one team.
if you lose one love, you can blame your strikers. One love, you could have scored a goal, especially if you got opportunities to score. You understand?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just not one individual.
Yes,
It's
it's a
the whole
collective.
team.
It's a collective effort. So
And
you can't really
exactly.
put all the blame on one player because it's 11 players on the pitch. So back to the Dean Henderson and Day, I think, before we close. I don't think Dean Henderson should be the number one next season. I think he should add. Personally, I don't think they should have even got him from Sheffield. They should have sent him on loan again and see how the De Gea situation pan out.
I think they, in the terms of goalkeeper, I think they should have taken him back, let him be back up to the hair for about 2 years.
The man don't want to do that.
Okay.
Remember that
But
is a
that would
part.
have been-
We have to remember part of his contract was that he will be guaranteed number one after a certain period of time. So probably that period of time is after this season.
That aided the transition. However, okay, Dean Henderson is number one right now. De Gea is on his way out. He does not want to be number two. Why not, right? Give De Gea to Dortmund along with Jesse Lingard for
But
Jadon
Dortmund do
Sancho.
have a keeper crisis.
But you're getting one of the best in the world. That is convincing. Even so be the case.
But you have to remember the priorities of Dortmund as well.
Even so
Remember,
be
we can't just give them somebody we don't want because we want somebody they want.
Yeah, but at the same time, Taji, we're not just giving them somebody. We are giving them reinforcement that it will do them a great deal of a favor, right?
I get that.
So it's just like the situation at Manchester United. Ole thinks Dean will be better than De Gea. He replaces De Gea with Dean, right?
I get that.
You're the tell me, you are the Borussia Dortmund coach.
Yeah.
I am going to give you a Lionel Messi, right, for a Thomas Muller.
I get that, but we have to remember, at the moment, Manchester United doesn't see De Gea as the number one anymore. And remember now, the picture is painted across England and Europe that Dean Henderson is now the number one. Why is it that we're going to say we're going to take this now number two goalkeeper and give him one of our crucial players? I'm saying that will be the viewpoint of Dortmund, especially if the club is pushing for Dean to be the number one. Why is it that we're going to put a player that we no longer regard as a high-profile player for someone who we want? You understand what I'm saying?
Even so be the case, right? We're giving them Lingard. Lingard is not a priority need for them.
Yeah,
because even if their right winger leaves, they have the likes of Giovanni Reina. They have the young Brazilian on loan from Real Madrid.
Right. But what I'm saying, Lingard will have a more if Lingard plays well, if he goes to Dortmund, he'll have a better impact than
That's
De
the
Gea.
thing. What I'm trying to say. You're saying if Lingard goes to Dortmund. Remember, Dortmund can sell Sancho. They'll have Reina and they have Ramiri, who is a Brazilian on loan from Real Madrid. And you're saying if Lingard plays well, all will go well for Dortmund. If we give Dortmund
I didn't say that.
and De Gea plays well,
I said,
listen, they have a good keeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why not trade that for an excellent keeper? I'm not saying Dortmund is going ahead with that. We'll go ahead with that, But what I am saying is that it is worth the shot, and it is
and it's better for De
convincing.
Gea. But we have to remember, De Gea wants to go back to Spain. That is one thing. I'm just saying. I'm straying a little bit. But remember, De Gea wants to go to Spain, so he's not gonna really take that. Plus, Dortmund's priority, if they're doing a swap deal, is not to get a keeper per se. That is why they are saying Lingard to Dortmund.
remember, I did not dispute about Lingard now.
So
And
it's
I'm not
almost
saying,
a direct swap, so to speak.
no,
If you get
I
what
am
I'm
not
saying.
Yeah, I understand that. And I am not saying the direct swap will be the goalkeeper for Sancho. I am saying the direct swap
Oh, he
is
can be
going
included.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Which
well.
will make the deal even more to consider. The direct swap is and will always be Lingard for Sancho. However, when you throw the hair in,
So we'll pay less
it will,
to them.
It will make, and even so, it
But
will
the
make
hair
the
is
deal
50
more
million.
possible. It will
Okay.
make the deal more possible.
I see what you're saying now.
You get what I'm exactly. So that's the
So
case.
you're saying to offer both players.
Exactly.
Okay. It can work.
One as a complementary player and one as a crucial transfer. Think about it.
So you're saying, alright, so Lingard would be the straight swap.
And the hair would be the complementary.
Okay.
You think about it.
It's a package, so I understand what you're saying.
It's a very good package.
Mm-hmm. It can work, but it's just that if Dortmund want that.
That's the problem. De Gea wants to go to Spain. What are we going to send him to Spain for?
Plus, there's no team in Spain that really needs a keeper. Well, there's teams that need keepers, but in terms of the teams that he would want to go to,
the quality of that.
Yeah. If you talk about Atletico,
Black, Madrid,
Courtois,
Barcelona, Ter
Stegen,
and even Athletic Bilbao.
So, well, the next destination we can probably send him to Sevilla and get Kunde. That's a possible thing, guys. But alright, I think we kind of go off too long, guys. So, well, you have anything else to say?
Nothing other than you guys enjoy it. So
yeah, cause well, tell him that he need to come in some more videos, man, and stop talking about this superhero crap,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, guys. So thanks for tuning in to the channel. Don't forget to
like,
share,
and subscribe.
Get us past 200 subscribers, guys. A lot of you viewing it,
And nah subscribe. Me nah understand. Me I go fight.
Yeah, we are going to fight today, so.
We don't like that. We don't rate that.
So guess what now? Make sure you subscribe to the thing.
Like.
Share.
Please comment as well. Because we need your feedbacks.
Yes, it's an opinionated channel, so don't take everything we say as gospel, guys. So, thanks for tuning in, and we're out officially.